I am really excited I'm excited about every single one of these episodes. I always know I open it up with it, but I am so excited just to inspire other signing agents of what is possible. Today's going to be amazing because I have another part-time signing agent on right now who's been a part-time signing agent for years. Dev has not made less than $4,000 a month part-time for the past 2 years. We're going to go into his story in total. We're going to understand how he started, where he is today, and help inspire you and give you tips like every single one of these. So without further ado, on episode number 14 of On the Road with Loan Signing System, I want to welcome Dev. How are you, Dev?
Very good. I'm honored to be on this interview and help other people who are in the same spot as I was before and see if they can get something from me and get inspired and get going.
I love it, man. Okay, so let's just dive into this. I think your story is inspiring on many levels. A, it is possible to be a part-time signing agent only working nights and weekends. Is that correct, that you only work nights and you only work weekends?
Yes,
okay.
That's correct.
Cool, because a lot of people don't think you can make income being a part-time signing agent doing only evenings and only weekends. We're going to talk about that in total, but I just want to make sure everyone understands that when I say part-time, it's because you are not available during the day. We're going to talk about why, and this is only an evenings and weekend business making $4,000 or more. Really quickly, Dev, can you tell everybody how much money you made so far this month just to inspire?
$8,000.
$8,000 only working nights and weekend. Are you kidding me? Dude, this is the best business ever. I'm super happy for you. So let's just jump right into your amazing story. I think you're inspiring, Dev, on a handful of reasons. And one of them, which I would like to point out, and if that's okay, that English is your second language. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so can we talk about kind of your journey of coming to America? Because I think there's a lot of signing agents out there who are like, man, I don't have a perfect grasp on the English language, and so they're little I don't know what's shy, or they're insecure about becoming a signing agent because they need to deal directly with the public. What would you say to that? Let's talk about your story. How long have you been in America? All that good stuff.
Well, I came to America in 2001 to do higher studies. So when I came to America, everything was new for me. Country was new, the culture was new, people are new, language is new. Everything from housekeeping to toilets, everything is new.
That's crazy. So, so English, you literally learned English when you came to America. Is that correct?
Yes, I didn't even know how to use computers. There were no computers back home.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, this is inspiring, man. There's a lot of people out there right now who are in your boat, right? They're like, look, I want to be a signing agent, but I'm just a little bit unsure about myself. What would you say, Dev, to a signing agent right now who has English as a second language, who may not believe that they have a perfect grasp of the English language, and they're a little bit tentative about being a signing agent? What would you say to that signing agent to encourage them?
In our industry, in the signing agent business, your work is the quality. That's what it matters. Language comes secondary. All escrow officers or loan officers want to get their loan signed as perfectly as possible without any errors. So if you can do the work, language is not a barrier.
I love it. And that's the truth. And that's why I try to tell these signing agents, like, look, as long as you have the basic communication down, would you say that anybody like judges you at the signing table, or any borrowers who make you feel uncomfortable that English isn't your first language? I mean, I think that's some of the true feelings some people have. What would you say about that?
As long as we know the loan documents and we can explain the loan documents to the borrower, that our job is done. And if you have taken Mark's course, he goes over the loan documents. If you go through Mark's training, you will gain the confidence. As long as you learn Mark's course perfectly, then you know how to explain those docs to the documents and go in with confidence.
I love it. And thank you for saying that, by the way. I'm super proud you're an LSS student. I don't think I mentioned it, but you do have the LSS logo on the shirt. That's what I'm saying, man. I appreciate that you are so proud to be an LSS student, because I'm proud to have you. But, I don't want this to be a huge commercial. So, what I heard you say, though, is, the borrowers don't make you ever feel, you're not intimidated by a borrower who speaks perfect English, and they don't get frustrated with you that you don't speak perfect English. I mean, the language that we speak is loan docs. As long as you can explain that to them, everything else is easy peasy. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
That's good. I love these interviews because it's like I want someone to be inspired by you, Dev. Like, look, I mean, Dev doesn't speak English as well as I do, but that doesn't mean he cannot make a phenomenal business out of this. So I'm proud of you, man. So let's get into your story, which I think is just as phenomenal. So, let's talk about how you became a signing agent, why you're only a part-time signing agent, not a full-time signing agent. So if you can kind of go into telling people, this awesome story of why you became a signing agent. So go, please.
Me and my wife, we both had full-time jobs. My wife works 5 minutes from home, and I had a commute of hour and a half to the city, San Francisco. So when we had our first child, my child was sleeping while I was gone to work. And by the time I could return home, he's again back in bed. So I was never seeing my son. I would only see him on the weekend. So me and my wife, we discussed, okay, this is not working. I'm missing my son. And then if we both are working, we have to put our son in daycare. Daycare is really expensive in California. It's like a home payment. And one person's salary is just going to pay daycare. So we discussed that, okay, you don't have a commute, you can, and you like your job. She kept her job. I always wanted to do business, so I started this part-time. Now, while I kept my full-time job and just doing signing services in the evenings and weekends, and then built the business, and then we decided that, okay, now it's time to quit my job, and that way we have savings for the daycare and still make some income part-time, just evenings and weekends.
I love it, man. So first off, I have my baby's 2 years old. I think you've met my little guy at conference. So the point I'm trying to make is I understand I couldn't imagine only seeing him on weekends. And so the fact that being a signing agent gave you time with your family, I think that's probably one of the best parts about being a signing agent is the fact that it literally gives you freedom to be with your family. It's not always about the money, I tell students, and I tell you students. It's about what the money can do, and the money and being a signing agent can do, being a signing agent in your case gives you time with your family, and that's the main impetus, but you still need money coming in. And so basically what you're saying is at this point of your signing agent career, you're a part-time signing agent because you're a stay-at-home dad. So when your wife works, which is 8 to 5, you're at home 8 to 5. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. And my income went up in signing service. Now we have a second child. So 2 daycares we are saving.
Yeah. So no, it's a very good point. I mean, the fact you're staying home is like you're kind of making money at the same time, right? Because you're not paying a daycare fees. And so you're saving the money with your family, which is like making it. And then you're also doing signings at night. And I think this is really cool because, there's a lot of stay-at-home parents, whether it's a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad, who, want to bring in extra income for the family, looking at being a signing agent was like, oh my gosh, is this legitimate? Can I legitimately work evenings and weekends? And as you know, Deb, I always tell people, yes, but sometimes people think I'm just trying to do that to sell a course. So can you maybe talk through in your experience of being a signing agent, and how long have you been a signing agent?
Since 2010.
Okay, so you've been a signing agent for, 9 years? You've been an LSS student for 2 years, or a year and a half, basically, I believe, right? So, even before you took my course, you're doing this part-time. So my point I'm trying to tell everyone out here is you've been a part-time signing agent for 9 years, and you've been consistently doing it. So it is possible to only do signings on evenings and weekends. Kind of talk through that because, Deb, there are people watching this who don't believe that you can only do signings on evenings and weekends and make a substantial income. So what would you say to that?
One thing is the signing services get what the escrow offices can't do. So usually they get what is left over. So escrow offices open only business hours. They can do during business hours. So whatever is left over is mainly evenings and weekends anyways. And that's what I wanted. So I signed up with as many signing services in the first 2 years, and I started getting business. And once I started doing signings with them, it just repeats then because they see my work, no errors, and just go from there and just build my business and just keep adding signing services. Every week you add 1 or 2 signing services. Some goes, some ads added in, and your income just keeps growing.
I love it. So for 9 years, you've only done weekends and evenings. Is that a correct statement?
Yes, that's correct.
What would you say to someone else watching and saying, look, I've been looking for that one job that I can supplement income by working nights and evenings. Would you tell them that being a signing agent is that job or business?
Yeah, you can make it a full-time job, you can make it a full-time business, and there is potential to make everything. Every month I have looked back and see that what I can do next to improve even more. So you start with a reasonable goal. Say you are starting out first, you can say, okay, I'll do 15 signings this month. You set up a goal, do 15. Next month, after 2 months, you can say, okay, now I've got 15. Now I want to make it 30. So one signing a day in the evening. That's it. Set a reasonable goal. You do 30. Now currently I'm doing 66 a month.
66, and that is only evenings and weekends. I keep saying that because some people just don't believe me that you can build a substantial part-time income business with a phenomenal $8,000. I'm so proud of you, man. Like honestly, the growth I've seen since you've joined LSS is inspiring, and I'm just so honored to be a small part of your journey, man. So, but yeah, so I mean, like I said, there's a lot of people out there who are looking at this saying, okay, Mark, I get it, part-time, I can do it. Now, just where you are today, another myth that signing agents don't believe, and I want you to talk through your journey and your business, is that, okay, Mark, I get it, because you keep on mentioning signing services, Deb. So, my question to you is, are you getting signings directly from mortgage officers, escrow officers, lenders, real estate agents, not just through signing services? Because a lot of signing agents, part-time signing agents watching this right now, think that you can only get business part-time through signing services. What would you say to that?
That's not true. You can get it from real estate agents, loan officers, as well as escrow officers. I didn't know how to market direct, but after I joined Mark's course last year, I got the tips and nuggets in his course how to go direct. And I started marketing direct. It takes time to build relationship, but once they know, then they start using you and they can request you. Because most of the clients also work somewhere and they're only available evenings and weekends because they have full-time job, husband, wife. So they want somebody who can do the job in the evenings and weekends. And that's where we come in, is evenings, weekends guy.
I love it. So, I mean, you're telling people what's possible. Let's kind of talk through it. So I know a lot of people are like, look, Deb, you got 2 kids you're watching. I'm assuming, and I don't want to, this is an interview, so you tell me, but I'm assuming when you say you market through the nuggets I've taught you, when are you marketing? What times of the week? Because you're not doing it during the day. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so when are you marketing? So another part-time signing agent can kind of understand, what a successful part-time signing agent does getting direct business. So when do you market? What times of the week? Kind of talk through just more of the schedule of when you market.
So you can see my board behind me, calendar. So I have marked, I am part of 2 associations. Those are realtor associations in my county. So I serve 2 different counties, Solano County and Yolo County. So I get emails all the time. And on those emails, there are events that are in the evenings. There are some events during the day. I don't go to those. Events are on the evenings, I go them. There's a Top Golf event coming up. So I mark my calendar. There's a summer mixer coming up on the river in the evening. I mark that on my calendar. And I attend those events, and during those events, I meet realtors, loan officers, as well as escrow officers. And they get
I love it, man. So, what I'm hearing is amazing, by the way. You're using some of the LSS nuggets right now. Join your local associations. But, the thing is that you find out when those events are and when they work around your schedule, which are evenings and weekends, and you attend them. So you're networking, which I teach you how to do, but you're picking the networking that are evenings and weekends. Would you say there are a bunch of events that are always happening on evenings and on weekends?
Yes.
So it's just a matter of them going out, finding it, doing the research, and then going out and just crushing the networking events. And then obviously how you have the conversations and the script and all that good stuff you use in LSS. But the easy part, I think, is finding the associations, finding their calendars, finding the events to go to, and you go to them.
Yes. Once you're part of the association, you get emails every week. What's happening? So
I love it. I love it. So, I mean, hopefully people took notes on that. It's a great nugget you just gave. So thank you for that little nugget. But I think the bigger piece is for the part-time signing agents who don't think you can't go direct. The key is just finding marketing times that happen around your schedule. So if you happen to have a 9-to-5 job because you actually work versus being a stay-at-home parent, just go to the ones in the evenings and weekends And then that's how you can build direct business. So, let's talk about that journey. I mean, Dev, I interview some of our fellow students, as you know, who have overnight success. And then I have some students who are not overnight success. For instance, you've been a signing agent for 9 years, but the success you've experienced is only in the past year or since you've joined my course. So I want to inspire other people to kind of stay with it. You can build a business if you dedicate yourself. I mean, Dev has been doing this for 9 years, but it's only been about a year and a half that he's making $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month. So once you learn how to go direct, kind of talk to the part-time signing agent on kind of the curve it got until you got consistent, because I want to inspire them on what it takes of a real signing agent out there in the industry. So talk about, like, right when you got the course, you started marketing to these associations. How long did it really take to start getting the first 2-3 appointments from those local directs?
So after I got the Mark scores, and luckily Mark had his first event last year, conference. So I learned a lot from his conference I attended, and I had so many questions. Mark knows about it. Every panel I had questions for, so because I wanted to get as much as I can, because I had that, something in my gut that I want to take this business to the next level. I was only making $2,000 to $3,000 just with signing services. And I know I can take it to the next level, but I need some help out here, how I can go direct, because signing services pays like $70, $80, $90 or max $100, right? And if you go direct, then you get minimum 150, 175, 200, 250. I have even got 300, right? So it's double. So if I want to make double from 3,000, if I go direct, I do half signing service and half direct, it doubles my income. And that's what I did, is went direct after the course and after the conference, started marketing to realtors. In the evenings, I would go to their open houses at realtors, help them out. I would attend events. I would help out the event organizer at my associations. So people get to know me. They ask me questions. I answer them, what I do, how I help them. And I started getting my orders from escrow officers, because they cannot do everything. Evenings, weekends, they are always looking for. Some escrow officer even said, "Oh, we don't have anybody on the weekend. Can you give me a card? Here you go."
I love it. So let's talk about I love what you described about you can make twice your income with half the work, right? Let's talk about the journey. So, because a lot of signing agents look like, okay, good, I get it, Dev. It's taking you a year to build this direct business. You go do a networking event. How much after that are you getting the appointments after you're making these relationships? So what I'm trying to ask by that, Dev, is I'm trying to inspire people that, look, go to these networking events. If you know how to network, you don't need a course. If you don't have a network, you can obviously take the course, my course. But I want to convince them that you just got to go to these events to get it. So you're going to these marketing events, these real estate agent events. How much longer after you make that intro, you make that connection, are you getting the signing business?
So it's what I see, it's a numbers game. Just like signing services. When I started back 9 years before, I started signing up like 10 signing services every week. So the more you sign up, faster the response you get. And same thing, after I attended the conference and finished the March course, I started attending as many events that are on the evenings and weekends. So the more people know about you and more people you network with, faster you get the response. It's all numbers game. But I started getting orders within a week or two.
No way. And that's what I try to tell these students, is like, half the battle is just getting out of the car and going to the network event. Half the battle is going out and appropriately pitching yourself. But if you can get out of the car and appropriately pitch yourself, it really is as easy as, like you said, 1 or 2 weeks, and bada bang, and you only do appointments nights and weekends. So I think there's some students out there, or signing agents watching this right now, who are like, okay, so how are you returning docs in the morning? Kind of talk through that, just kind of the schematics of how you are a part-time signing agent. So you're getting the signings at nighttime, and kind of talk through that so they can hear how a part-time signing agent still gets it done and still is at home with their children, or they can go ahead to their job.
So when I go pick up the docs from the escrow officer, I ask them, do they have a night drop? Most of the offices in my area have a night drop. So after the signing, I can just drop it through the night drop, and I don't have to go in the morning. They get the docs first thing in the morning. If they don't have a night drop, then I ask them, can I drop them at their house, and they would more than happy to text me their address, and I'll just drop it at their house.
Okay, cool. So I think these are two good nuggets to teach people. Hey, if people don't know what a night drop is, it's basically a drop box. So what that means, if you're watching this, is some escrow officers will have a locked, secured box outside of their office, and you drop the docs in, and it locks, and you're secure, and you can't take them back out. The escrow officer comes in the morning, checks that mailbox basically outside the front door, and grabs docs. So that is what a drop box is, or devs called a night drop box. Now, the other option is when you start having relationships with these people, like you're meeting at networking events, you're having a drink with them, you're getting to know them. So as you get to know some of these people better and create these relationships, which I teach you guys to do, some of them are so kind. They're like, look, if you can't drop it off in the morning because I know that you stay at home dad, then I have no problem allowing you to simply drop them off at my house. And so I think it's another nugget. And then obviously, sometimes you drop it off super first thing in the morning, right when they open, if those two options don't exist.
Yeah, I just take my kids in my car and drop it off.
Right, and that's like first thing basically.
Yeah, first in the morning, and they're so happy to see my kids. Oh, hi, how are you? You're so good and all that. It just gives me more time with the escrow officer. They have everybody has family.
So I mean, so what you're saying is, like for stay-at-home parents, I mean, honestly, would you say this is the best job ever?
Yes, it gives me the flexibility. It gives me the choice to pick my own schedule, and I can spend quality time with my kids.
I mean, you're making $8,000 working nights and weekends. Like, Dev, I'm so freaking happy for you. Okay, cool. So, hopefully some signing agents are out there part-time or getting inspired. You're going to networking events constantly. You're marketing constantly to get these direct business. Let's talk about, I always ask, successful signing agents like yourself, so you're a successful part-time signing agent. Dev, I think you're successful, period. But I want to maybe have you give a tip to another part-time signing agent, not necessarily a full-timer. So what is a piece of advice that you would give a part-time signing agent trying to build their business? What is a piece of advice you would give that part-timer?
So for me, I found out what my niche is. Always find out what your core competency is, that not a lot of notaries have it. So for me, I'm an immigrant and I speak 3 other languages. I use that all the time because there are realtors who are from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan. There are loan officers who are Indian, Punjabi. I speak that language, right? And escrow officers or other notaries, mainly there's English-speaking notaries. I get calls all the time. Whenever they see an Indian client, it's me. I'm getting the order, whether it's realtor or loan officer or the escrow officer. So you find out what your niche is, what your core competency is, and use that as your marketing niche.
Oh man, I think that's so inspiring on many levels. Is you may not have, I think you speak great English, but you may not be fully secure in that, but you're using your weakness as a strength, right? It's like, look, not only do I speak English, I speak these 3 other languages. And, I love that we're kind of speaking to another signing agent who may be an immigrant as well, or who may have English as a second language. Market towards your niche, market towards the languages that you speak. I happen to be in Southern California, so if you speak Spanish, you obviously want to go to a lot of those Spanish speaking parts of town. So you're talking about your core competency. I love that. And I love you inspiring other signing agents who have English as a second language, that they can do it and to not be afraid to go out and almost use your weakness as a strength, Dev. Man, super duper inspiring. And I think even if ESL, English as a second language, isn't, you don't have an ESL, but English is your first language, I still like the tip of your core competency. Find out what you're really good at, like what part of this industry you're really good at, and then you kind of market to that strength. So like for me, I like to think I'm a great conversationalist. So, when I'm out talking to escrow officers, it's like, look, your bar will never be bored. Your bar will always have a good conversation. I'm gonna make them feel comfortable because I love talking to others. So my core competency is kind of my communication. And so I always talk about how I excel in my communication, and their borrowers are going to feel this great enjoyment because of my skill set of being a great communicator. So I love that nugget, man. That's a really good piece of advice, is market towards your core competency. So now that you're 9 years in the business, you're a year and a half with LSS, I always like to ask another tip. What is another tip that you could give somebody from the standpoint of, You used to be nervous about it before, but now looking back, you're like, man, why was I even nervous to begin with? So what is that something that you were nervous about before that you're now no longer nervous about?
When I was initially talking to Mark, when I was taking his course, I had a lot of questions. Hey, Mark, you are teaching go direct about, and you're speaking about how to go direct and teaching all the strategies how to go direct and market. But I was so nervous with my, I'm not available full time. I'm watching my kids. I'm only available in the evenings, weekends. I only have experience with signing services. I have zero experience working with title officers, or escrow officers, or realtors, loan officers. And I was nervous, or I was skeptical, and I was worried that are they going to use me, or shall I start now, or shall I start after my kid goes to school? And I decided, okay, I have taken the course. I feel confident. I have got all these great tips and nuggets from Mark. Why not just put it in place and implement it? And I just started implementing it. I started going to the association. I started going to networking and see what I test the market. And uh, God helped me, and I started getting orders direct. And that's why my income just went skyrocketed and it just doubled. And I'm so happy, and I now wish that I could have taken Mark's course 9 years before, not just 1.5 years before. I would have started directly, not even signing services. But better late than never. So that's what I would say.
I think it's a great piece of advice because you're right. So many part-time signing agents are very like, I'm not available full time, so direct people aren't going to use me, or I've only worked for signing services. So why would an escrow officer only use if someone who's only worked for signing services? And sometimes, like you said, Deb, we're in our own head. And I think that's a great piece of advice. So if you're a part-time signing agent, what Deb is saying is go out there and get it. Even if you're not an LSS student, just go out, show off your core competency. If you know how to market yourself, the biggest key I think Deb is saying is you just got to go out and get it, because these real estate agents, these mortgage officers, these escrow officers, they will use you even though you're only available evenings and weekends. It is a myth that they only want full-time signing agents. And Deb is saying he wished 9 years ago signing agent Deb would have known that he could have gone straight direct. So I hope that this interview is inspiring part-time signing agents. Like, now is the time to go direct. And I think another little thing you said in there, which I loved, is you almost talked yourself out of it. Like, oh, I'm gonna start going direct when my kids go to school. I'm gonna start going direct when I have nothing to worry about at home. But the fact of the matter is, it's all about action, and you took action. And the last thing I'm going to give you some huge props on that I hope inspires other people is the most successful people in this world are implementers. You don't reinvent the wheel. Deb, I'm proud of you, because a lot of signing agents who are 7 years in the business, making $3,000 to $4,000 a month, say, I don't need another course. Mark can't teach me anymore. But you are humble enough to understand that you can always learn more. And that is the trait of a successful person. Deb, you're going to build a business to the moon, my friend. It's been an honor to just get to know you over the year and a half. Without fail, your signing service needs to be starting up here soon. I know you're going to be taking it to the next level, but $8,000 a month as a part-time signing agent is incredible. Is there any lasting words you want to leave anybody with some wisdom for this afternoon's interview?
Just go get it. Don't let worries make an obstacle for you. You just have to get out, and that's how you know your market. The more people know you, they'll start using you. Just go get it.
I love it, man. And that's why I teach you guys. Like, people don't know you're open for business if you don't tell them you're open for business. And sometimes it's really as simple as that, right?
Yes.
I love it. Deb, you're the man. Thank you. Continued success. I can't wait to see you on stage next year at conference with that 10K plaque. Let's go.
That's the goal. That's the goal now. Once my kid starts in August, the younger one, that's the goal. So
10K plaque on stage, walking across. Everybody know what's possible. Deb, thank you for inspiring part-time signing agents and stay-at-home parents that this is the best income they've never heard of. Thank you so much, man. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.